Luckily, we have a lot to get into. We have some good stuff. Very little of it Lions related, but I'm sure people will bring some of it to the table. NFL playoffs, the ESPN expose on the Pats, Paul Pierce whining, NFL ratings in the toilet. A lot to do. Sully, we need to start, though, with something just brief. That I need a... Do we have any sad music? Do we have something that would be fitting for us to pay our respects? Thank you. As we start the show at 2:04 on the 5th of January, the 5th day of 2018, we do need to say goodbye to a friend. We need to say goodbye to something that's meant a lot to all of us. As Jim Nantz once said, the tie means a lot to me. I want to pay my respects, and I'm sure TJ does as well, to Joe Thornton's beard. Last night, in an unfortunate incident with Nazim Qadri, Joe Thornton's beard was ripped from his face in a savage manner. The ball of tethered hair lay motionless on the ice. And I took a double take because, frankly, TJ, I was unaware you could rip a man's beard off his face.
Can't feel good.
I have never seen such a thing. But I will tell you, Joe Thornton has to be one of the toughest SOBs on the planet, as he looked unfazed while a full chunk of his beard was ripped, again, off his face. I'd like to pay our respects to Joe Thornton's beard today. Sully, I know you're unable to grow facial hair, so you don't understand the pain.
No, I can, actually.
Okay,
I just choose not to.
First of all, that pencil mustache that you wear around your earlobes, that's not a beard, son.
No, I trim it that way.
That's a speed bump.
It's a chin strap. You know,
Well,
you gotta fade it into it.
Perfectly douchey.
Thank you.
All right, that's all. No, honest, I'm being dead serious. You saw that last night, right?
Yes, I did. Looked painful. I've got two kids. They rip my beard all the time.
But you don't even have a thick beard.
I blame Joe Thornton for that. You're picking on Nazem Qadri, who everybody knows is a little rat in the NHL. And you know the guy's going to scratch and claw and do anything he can to try to hurt you. He can't beat you up. You're Joe Thornton. You're twice his size. I blame Joe for it. I mean, he had to be prepared for it.
All right, hold on. See, here's the problem I got, right? Okay, everyone knows Qadri's a little dirtball. The problem is, if you're Thornton, why are you fighting a guy who's half your size? You know he's going to be dirty. You know what's going to happen. Qadri just basically grabbed on for dear life and said, look, it ain't going down this way, Santa Claus.
Exactly.
Took two hands and took him down.
That was opening puck drop of the game. I mean,
right off the top, there's no reason to fight him.
Qadri took a slash at him during the face-off, and Big Joe didn't like it, so he came after him. So sometimes you got to take care of business, man.
But, is Qadri wrong for doing that? I don't think so. That's self-preservation.
You know, you always want to set the tone at the beginning of the game, but picking on Joe Thornton, I mean, the guy's 50 years old.
But wait a second. I'm talking about the beard pull.
So.
I'm talking about the beard pull. Is Qadri wrong for that? I say no.
I think it was very last-ditch effort, try not to get too embarrassed type move, but I think it was a rat move. I didn't like it.
All right, but that's like complaining. Let's say you fought Sully. Let's say something went sideways. Mm-hmm. It would never happen because you'd get your pantsuit off. The point is, let's say you fought him, and then Sully kicked you in the balls. You can't complain that Sully kicked you in the balls, oh, that's dirty. You're 3 times his size.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
so
at
Thornton's
that
point, he can't bitch about it. A, you're wearing a Santa Claus beard. Your fault.
Right.
B, you picked on a little dude who's ratty.
Well, that's what I said. I can't, I blame Joe for it. I mean, at that point, when you're in a fight with somebody half your size, you gotta expect all the cheap shots coming out. I mean, that guy, it's fight or flight, man. That guy's got to do anything he can to survive at that point.
I want to ask the hockey-nistas. Can we do this just for a couple of minutes? We'll get into the Patriot thing. We got 4 hours. We got the picks coming. We got a lot to do. Can I get the hockey-nistas or weekend warriors in on this? A, I've never seen anything like what took place last night. I didn't know you could rip a man's beard off. That is frightening. But I know Qadri's a ratty guy, an instigator. I don't blame him there. Joe Thornton is like twice the dude's size. What else? He was on his way to impaling the kid. So you know what he did? To hell with it. We're both going down. Let's test the structural integrity of this thing. And he pulled him down. But I mean, all right, Mike, you tell me. Teach, has anything happened like that on the field?
I've seen a lot of dreadlocks out there, and I don't think that's on purpose. I think most of the guys hang them out the back of their helmet. But
does that hurt as much as a beard? The beard is the face, man.
Yeah, I think the beard's got to be a lot worse on the pain scale. I've seen a lot of dreads, and I don't even know if guys know they come out half the time. They're just kind of hanging back there. But I've never seen the hair pull before.
My niece pulled on my beard. You know what happened? I shaved it. I cut it down, so now it's not within reach. Like, that's like a dread popping out of your head. How does it? Is the hair dead in a dread? How does that work? I'm not a dreadlock expert. Like, when you twist it that tight, is it just like, boop, it pops out?
No, that's real hair. It's not dead. It still grows.
Yeah, but like...
You have to retwist it every so often, so it still grows.
All right, so David, hold on. No, I mean, why am I talking to you? You're balding.
I have no idea. I don't have dreads.
Could you try to grow them, please?
No.
David would look like the top of a salt or a pepper shaker with 3 dreads sticking out of the
but
top of his head.
my wife has them, so I consider myself an expert.
All right, so, whoa. That's the mother of your children. We're not talking about pulling dreads.
No, not that. No.
Oh. This show's going to hell in a handbasket. Hold on. Timeout for the hockeynistas. So is Qadri going to, like, face retribution? Or does anything go when the bigger guy picks on the little guy? 248-539-9797. TJ, you're a huge hockey nut. You're a Red Wings season ticket holder.
3 straight wins.
Yeah, screwing up their draft
Can't wait
status.
to get to that.
Yeah, that'll be after I leave. But I want to know. I mean, Sully, go ahead.
No, that's a man code violation. You can't just rip somebody's beard out. That's
Mike. He's
awful.
twice his size. What do you think happens if you pick on a little guy?
It's just a cheap shot. I'm not for cheap shots like that.
He
But I
didn't-
also
He didn't hit him in the back of the head as he was, like, waving to the crowd.
ripping out someone's beard. You just can't do it.
Wait a minute. I'm a bearded man, okay? TJ at times wears a beard. Now, this is very shaved today. This is not.
Well trimmed.
It is.
Yeah.
Timeout. You're Joe Thornton. You're twice this kid's size. Now, wait a second. Here's the other thing. You know he's a ratty little bastard. You know he is. You know what you're engaging. Now, Tej, you pick on a little guy. Don't you understand going in the cheap shots happening?
You got to expect the worst. Of course you do. I mean, look, listen, Qadri's he's tiny. He's a little rat. I mean, everybody knows it. And at that point, it looked like to me he was trying to hold himself up. So I don't think
it was available.
Right.
The beard.
It's not like he's got a little, stub up there. I mean, his beard is 8 inches long. So, yeah, but you got to expect it, man. It's a street fight.
And I'm not going to ask the question, has anyone had their beard torn off? Because the answer is no. It doesn't happen. I've never seen that in the history of watching
I
sports.
wonder how bad it would hurt. If it would just kill, or if it would or if it would be like kind of like a Band-Aid where you just got to rip it off.
It's brutal.
No, Mike, timeout. First of all, TJ's got 2 kids. One is 6 and the other one's 2. The difference is she's a terror, okay? If she pulls on your beard.
She has.
Yeah, and guess what?
It's brutal.
You probably cry like a little kid.
No, it's brutal.
I'm telling you, when my niece pulled on my beard the next day, I said, that's it. We're trimming this thing down.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably painful.
No, it's one of the most painful things that could happen to your face.
I need the hockeynistas. You tell me the hockey code on this, because to me it's like if you get in a street fight and a big dude picks on a little guy, yeah, he's going to poke your eyes out. Yeah, he's going to bite your Achilles. He's going to shoe you in the nuts. He's going to do something. It's self-preservation at that point.
It just sounds like something women would do in a fight. Pull each other's hair. I don't think there's any place for it. For stuff like this, for cheap shots, for Draymond kicking somebody in the crotch. Stuff
But that's different.
I don't think there's a place for stuff like that.
Wait a second. Timeout. Draymond going up for a jump shot and trying to kick a guy in the chandelier. That's dirty. That's different. I don't think Qadri deserves his ass beat because Joe Thornton, the size of an elephant, Joe comes at him and he goes, all right, well, this isn't going to end well. He at least engaged him, and he goes, okay, I see what's available. I see I'm about to crash to the ice. To hell with this. Here, Rapunzel, I'm going to take a tug.
He did what he had to do.
248-539-9797. I want to hear from the hockeynistas on this. Sully, you're going to stand by that? So you're telling me Qadri deserves his ass beat?
Yes. And as I mentioned, I know it's 2018. I don't say this in any sort of sexist way, but it just seems like something that would happen when girls are fighting, pulling hair. And I don't think there's any place for it.
All right, let me ask you a question. So, like, if TJ attacked you.
I wouldn't stand a chance.
But let me ask you this. If he had his head down and he was doing one of these, I'm a big bull, look at me moves, and he had his head, for whatever reason, buried in your chest, and you knew You could rip his scalp off to get him off you. You're not going to pull on his hair?
No, I wouldn't.
Bull.
I would not do that.
I don't buy it. At that point,
That's survival.
Yeah, you're not going to lay on the ground and curl up in a ball and just give up.
I would try to
UFC,
hit you or
can't
something.
tap
I wouldn't say I'm going to pull out his
Right,
hair.
but
if
you couldn't hit me, I mean, if I'm covering my face up, you got to do something. If I'm taking you to the ground,
Right.
you're not just going to.
So TJ's
curl up in
laying
a
on
ball
top
and
of
lay
you.
there.
He's choking the life out of you, and he's like, "Look at what I did to you, you little bitch! Look at what I did to you! You're not going to bite his Achilles. You're not going to take
what you did, you little jerk.
You're not going to take a hack out of his foot.
Cross his line. I would not do it.
Oh, so you're going to lay there and die?
No, I would try to fight, but I'm not going to pull his
You
hair.
can't fight.
No, there's no way.
If Qadri tries to fight Thornton, he's a dead man. Thornton engaged him. Qadri goes, well, the hell with it now. I'm not going to get punked.
Yeah, they took him on. I mean, it wasn't one guy coming after the other aggressor. I mean, they were both chippy. They both wanted it.
I want to hear from the masses.